All right, gentlemen, we're going to get started here. We have 15 minutes to do our lesson, so let's go ahead and start that. So today we are going to learn to round numbers to the nearest 10 and the nearest 100. What do we know about rounding? What do we know about rounding? Yes, Brian.
A rounding is like you have to either take it's technically like subtracting or adding, because you have to sometimes you have to subtract it all the way to a 10 or 100, or sometimes you might have to add it to the nearest 10 or 100.
Okay. Student 2, what do you know?
I think it's because you're rounding to the nearest number that it tells you to round to.
Okay.
Like to the nearest 10. If it was a 6, it would be to 10, not 0.
Okay, so giving me an example too. Awesome. So you guys have been given a marker and you have your dry erase board, and we're going to model what Ms. Etheridge is doing.
Okay.
So we're going to draw a number line because, like I said, our goal is to practice rounding.
I'm not ready.
And we are going to start with our first number, which is 70.
Ooh.
And our second one, which is going to be 80. Very good. And right in the middle, I'm going to draw a line and write the number
75.
Very good. All right, now that I have my number line drawn and you have yours matching mine, where here, if you were to draw an X, would the number 73 be? Draw an X on yours. All right. I love how you made a guess, and I could hear you whisper that. I love how you're drawing lines to help you make that guess better. Excellent. So I see you both kind of made a guess right about here. Why don't we decide if 73 is closer to 70 or 80? Student 1, what would you say?
I'll say it will round up to 70 because 73 is an odd number rounded near the 7.
Okay, so we would say that it would round to 70. Student 2, what do you think?
Are we allowed to round to 75?
Well, when we round to the nearest 10, that's a great question. When we round to the nearest 10, we're always going to either round to the end 70 or 80. So for instance, if I had the number 65, the numbers I would round to would be 60 or 70. I'm always going to round to the tens place. So if I have 75, what number do I have full?
5.
The ones place. And the ones place doesn't help me round to the tens place. I want to round to the tens place. So can I round to 75?
No.
No, I can't. I'm going to reset that.
So it's 70.
So you also believe that it's 70. So why do you believe that it's 70?
Because it's closer. Because if we went to 75, it would be 2 more. But we're running to tens, so
what we would do is we would think how close is it to 70? Very good, it was 3. And if we rounded it to 75, it would be 2. But we're not rounding to 75, we're rounding to
80.
And that's even farther. So that tells us we round to 70. Very good. So 73 rounded to the nearest tenth is
70.
Very good. All right. We're going to save our number line, but it's okay, you can recreate it. But this time I'm going to put an X where I think 77 goes. Where do I think, if I need to round the number 77, this is my goal now this time, 77, where do I think that falls on the number line?
On the 3, we're pointing it to the left side.
So you show me on yours. You can show me on yours.
Right here.
Okay.
Wait, what number is it?
77.
I see right here.
All right. Ooh, I really like how student 2 that you're trying trying to organize where you think exactly it's going to go. And student one, I love how you made that guess based off of your knowledge.
Oh, I
Love
did
it.
the thing again, but I didn't draw my line.
That's okay. So now we're going to make that same thought. That's our 10-minute warning. We're going to make that same thought of if I have 77, what would I round it to? Knowing that if I'm rounding to the nearest tens place. Okay, student one, you're first.
I'm actually gonna let you.
Thank you. Student two, go ahead. Thank you, student one. It's very
It's
kind of you.
80.
Why do you believe that 80 is what we would round 77 to?
Because if we rounded to 70, that would be 7 away.
All right.
If we rounded to 80, that'd only be 3 away.
All right, so you're using addition and subtraction like student one talked about at the beginning to help us. So we would either be 7 away or we would only be 3 away. Student one, do you agree or disagree with student two?
I agree.
And why do you agree with?
Because just like I said, he was going to addition or subtract, and 77 is on the right side of 75, then that means it's going to round to 80.
Beautiful explanation. All right.
Can I say something?
You may add something, yes.
So if you have 75 as like a rounded number,
Ooh.
it's going to always go down because that's the number of its
Ooh.
10.
That's a great thought. We're going to add right now. So we're going to talk about how to round the number 5 in the ones place. Let's pick a different set of numbers. Pick a different number that has a 5 in the ones place.
Then you could do the other number. I would do
9.
9? All right, 95.
okay. 90.
Actually, let's go a little bit smaller to start with. Let's start a little bit.
3.
All right, 35.
3.
35. So my two choices for rounding the number 35 would be what? I can either round down. My
30.
first choice is 30. Very good.
And the other one is 40.
And the other one is 40. Very good. So I would consider that it's right in the middle. I can't say that it's closer or farther from either of them because it is exactly 5 from both, right?
Yes.
So that means that we need to remember our rhyme.
And on Hotspot, he made like a meatball mountain. So
Mhm.
up to out. And then so if the meatball's in front, in the middle, it always has to go down because it's on.
Oh, very close, very close. If we use that meatball idea, 35, 5 is actually going to round us up. It's going to round us up. Here's why. If we use that meatball mountain idea, the 5 actually is so perfect that it's going to end up rolling forward. The other thing we can remember is our rhyme. Our rhyme, I'm going to write it like this so you can see it better, is 4 or less. We're going to let it rest. So remember the numbers we just did. We just did 73, right?
Mhm.
So let's think about 33. Where would we make 33 go?
Oh.
Where would we make 33 go?
33 would go rounding to 30.
We'd go down to 30. So we would let the 33 rest with the number 30 because it's going to go down to 30. Very good. The other part of my rhyme is 5 or more. We raise the score.
Oh, that actually.
So if we have 4 or less, so right here, 4 or less, we're going to let it rest down to 30. But if we have 5 or more, we're going to raise it up to the next number. So what would 35 actually raise up to?
40.
40, exactly right. And so now we can do any 5.
So
If I had 25, it would round to
30.
exactly right. And if I had 85, it would round to
90.
Very good. And let's try that hard one we just tried to do before of 95. What would that round up to?
100.
Very good.
Because there's
Exactly
no
right.
other
Option
There's
of going down.
Exactly right. Oop, that's our 5-minute warning.
But I like how there's a 5 and a 10 minutes. And they're all 5 and 10.
And we only have that whole 15 minutes, so that's why.
I feel like I've under here an hour and that's going to
All right. So let's go ahead and do a little bit more. At this time, I'm not going to draw the timeline number line for you. I'm just going to give you some numbers, and I want you to see if you can do them for me. You can use a number line if you'd like. In fact, Miss Etheridge would love to see you do a number line, but I'm just going to give you some problems. So the first one, I'd like us to know how we would round.
Is there going to be middle? Like middle?
You can if you'd like to. So first one, what would I round 81 to? Don't shout it out. I just want you to show me. Beautiful student. Student 2. You may erase your answer. Okay. I'll do the next 2 for you. So while student 1 is working.
Done.
Okay. So which one is the correct one?
I'll put it to
Thank you. I love how you gave me your choices and then you showed me the correct one. I love it. All right.
Just know if they do like this, sometimes they might confuse you and like scrambling the letters.
Mm-hmm. All right, friend. Here's your next 2. You may, and then let me know when you're ready. Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful job, student 2. Beautiful job, student 1. All right, you're on your last ones for independent practice.
Oh, this is the one. Done.
Beautiful student 1 and 2. Beautiful job. All right. Yes, you may erase it. We are perfectly timed. We have 2 minutes to spare, and you guys have been doing a fabulous job. And so what I want us to do is we're going to consider it our exit ticket, my gentlemen. And so our exit ticket is going to be a special one. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, my friends, I'm going to go this way for you, and then solve it the way you wish.
Another one?
Whichever way you wish. Your strategy is what makes you successful. Okay. All right, let me get.
Oh, we're supposed to have extra reasons for that.
Okay.
That's it.
Here is our last rounding to the nearest tens. This is our DOL.
Are we running to the nearest tens?
Yes, please. That's what our practice is. Our rounding to the nearest tens. Are you ready for me or not quite yet?
Ready. Done.
Oh, wonderful job, student 1.
Okay.
Which one, sir?
70.
Beautiful job, student 2.
Upwards.
Excellent job.
This one's fun.
Excellent job, my friends. And look at that, 1 minute left, just short of our 15 minutes, enough for us to clean up for our next rotation. Let's go ahead and make sure that our supplies are back where they belong. Look at perfect timing. Markers, pencils, dry erase markers, and we'll start our.
And best day ever.
All right, my friends. Thank you so much.